Hello, gossipers. Sharoni here. So we're gonna talk again on David. Now, who's David? D4VD. He is a singer that is currently being investigated. He's not charged, but he's being investigated because of a 14-year-old girl, Celeste Rivas, was found in the trunk of his Tesla car. And we just need to know what's going on. Jesse Weber, I like watching Law and Crime, Sidebar with Jesse Weber. And I'm just going to play a video. It's a 1 minute video, and then we're going to continue to read on TMZ because now a private investigator has been hired, and I think it's by the owner of the home that David was renting at the time. So we're going to go ahead and take a listen to Jesse, then we'll come back with the article.
Investigation into Houston-born singer David, real name David Anthony Burke, is taking yet another turn. Weeks after the body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found decomposed inside of a Tesla that was reportedly registered to him, there is now a new development. A development that could shift the entire focus of this case. Has to do with the Los Angeles home that David was apparently renting out just before the discovery of the body in the Tesla. Someone is reportedly being brought in behind the scenes to dig for answers. And as of now, 6 weeks after this grim discovery, there have been no arrests. There's been no publicly named suspects, no confirmed cause of death, as I said, no confirmed persons of interest. They haven't even identified the exact connection between Celeste and David. And this situation, I will tell you, is rapidly evolving, and it seems behind the scenes. Because now, in the weeks since Celeste's body was found, there are new details that are beginning to surface. Sources confirm that a private investigator has now entered the picture, and it could change what we know about who's really driving this case forward.
So when it comes to Hollywood, we hear of all these strange stuff, witchcraft, the Illuminati and sacrifices, everything like that we hear in Hollywood of these entertainers, especially these A-list or entertainers who just want to be seen, that basically they sold their soul to the devil. That's why they're this huge, and it's not like their talent, and I would like to think it's their talent, that's why they're this huge, but they're like, no, there's something else to it, there's something else behind it, why they are out there like that. So you have people like with Beyonce and then Michael Jackson and Prince and all these people, there's this thing like, witchcraft in Hollywood with these entertainers. So the reason why I'm saying this now is because this private investigator that was hired to investigate the death basically of Celeste, he's now saying he's thinking there's something sadistic about it, right? So we're going to go ahead and read this article, from TMZ, and it says, PI thinks sadistic plans were set for teen's corpse. So not just for the murder, but they had plans on what to do with her corpse. Now, if you want to hear the full interview with them, then you would have to go to Law and Crime Network. And again, it's Sidebar with Jesse Weber, or just Law and Crime, and then you can listen to the full interview, because I'm not quite sure I can post it here on my channel. So the article reads, the private investigator hired to probe Celeste Rivas' death case has made a harrowing revelation. He thinks there was a sadistic plan made to get rid of the teen. Check out Steve Fisher's interview on Law and Crime Sidebar with Jesse Weber. He says the purported scary plan didn't have to do with how she died, but how her body was to be dumped following her death. He says he can't spill much, but thinks the original plan went wrong at some point, and that the Tesla, where her dismembered corpse was found in early September, was supposed to be a holding spot. So he's saying that was just supposed to hold the body until, I guess, they could figure out what kind of voodoo witchcraft they were going to do with the body. Steve, who was hired by the owner of the 3.6 million Hollywood Hills home singer David, who is linked to Celeste, was renting when her rotten body was discovered, also states he believes she had been deceased for a long time. He thinks things changed around January or February of this year and adds the last photo of the Lake Elsinore, California team taken, which he has viewed, is from January 2nd of this year. And speaking of the Tulsa, which was registered to David, Steve said there's footage showing the Tulsa being parked and who parked it. OMG. As for if Celeste was ever inside David's nearby residence, Steve tells host Jesse there's no evidence anything happened to the teen there. He also says he has no idea where the romantic homicide artist is and doesn't believe his client has been in touch with his team for anything more than lease contract negotiations. There's clearly loads of unanswered questions in this case. The Los Angeles Police Department has yet to name a suspect, and no arrests have been made, even after they combed through David's rented home a month ago. Meanwhile, Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman told TMZ this week the case hasn't been turned over to his office and had nothing to add. David has said nothing about the investigation, despite there being photo and video evidence of him spending time with Celeste over the years. He canceled his tour and halted his album release and is still sitting quiet as officers dig deeper into this gripping case. So, hopefully people they don't lose interest in this case because you've seen all this video with David and photo, and the thing with it is that she's underage, right? So, even with that, if he did have a romantic relationship with her, she was underage. Why wasn't he taken in for that? And I'm guessing, photos and videos, that's not enough proof, even though her mom said she was dating someone named David, and the friends even said that it was that David, but still, allegedly, we don't know. So they're not gonna arrest him when there's no proof of this man sleeping with this child. And again, as far as Celeste goes with what happened, we're gonna have to wait. Again, he has not been charged or arrested. He's staying quiet, and yeah, hopefully we don't grow tired of waiting. Your thoughts?